So I looked at the scriptures, John chapter 20, and I thought I would ask a question. The question is this: how does the power and reality of the resurrection look like in our lives? It is one thing to read in the Bible, John chapter 20. It's another thing to celebrate, but it is the most important thing is, how does the resurrection work in our lives? And in what sense we are changed and transformed? That we need to reflect upon ourselves. And if we have not been transformed, why not? Because the resident power of Jesus Christ is still there. You know, when those people begin to exercise this resurrection power under the Spirit of God, they did miracles. They did miracles. I just give you one example before I get into this. There was a man who, he got involved in an accident. His brain was damaged. And this is a real story, Malaysia. It was damaged. And so, the doctor said, you can't walk, you're paralyzed. Yeah, he's paralyzed, basically paralyzed. So since he's paralyzed, he wasn't a Christian. He was paralyzed. So the wife, who is a Christian, who said, so what do I do? I cannot go anywhere, do anything. He said, read. Read what? Read the Bible. So he started reading the Bible. And long and short of it was, reading the Bible, he got saved. You know, he got saved. So, but he said, continue to read. After, I think 2 months, he suddenly began to find his legs could move. His hands could move. And so he started to walk around. Now he can walk around. When the time came for him to go and see the doctor, of course, people praying for him, especially the wife. When they went for the follow-up, the doctor was shocked. He said, is this you? I said, yeah. And they took scans, everything. And he said, you can move, you can now walk? He said, yeah. He said, that part of the brain that controls motion is not there. He said, that part of the brain that controls mobility is not there because of your accident. And then the doctor is asking, how can you walk? He looked at each other. The wife said, Jesus. Wow. Call into existence which is not. Now, I don't mean, say it and claim it. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that time has come that you and I have to sit and walk and in the resurrection power. And God has given us that power. You and I. Call into existence. Call into existence. So, with that said, what I have entitled my message is, I have seen the Lord. When I first saw this one, I have seen the Lord, I was wondering, what is it? But then I saw a pattern. Mary said, I have seen the Lord. Then the disciples said, we have seen the Lord. Then Thomas said, I have felt the Lord, or I have touched the Lord. Okay? Now, whenever somebody says, I have seen the Lord, you'll say, yes, sir. You see the skepticism in the voice? Are you sure? True, See the skepticism. But you know what it is? First time I'm looking at it, the fact that Mary could see the Lord, disciples could see the Lord, Thomas touched the Lord, simply because Christ is alive. That's it, period. Christ is risen. That is why you can see him alive. And I was talking to Joanna. Could you imagine, you are in the church and somebody comes and tells you, I saw the Lord. And she said, Dad, it happened. Oh, really? Yeah. One day in Sungai Long, she said, after preaching, she made altar call. People came. By the way, Sungai Long, after you preach, you make altar call, the place is usually full. Partly because I think there's hunger. So they came. And one particular young man, He was crying his heart out. So she went out to him and he said, how can I pray for you? Which is a good question. How can I pray for you? All he said was, I saw the Lord. And he continued to cry and cry and cry. I got news for you. You can see the Lord. You can see the Lord. If you ask me why, because He's alive. Because He's alive.